intfo lejabulisana nje kubona umuntu atimisela emsebentini wakhe la wendawo. Nawe ke mbukeli lapho lo khona chubeka utimisele konke lokwendako khona nalabanye batawufunza lokuningi kuwe. Angubingelele ke mbukeli ehlelweni lakho Tandla neNkhondlo lokubingelela Fortunate Mabuza. Njengoba ngathi ke mbukeli ukuthi la ehlelweni lakho Tandla neNkhondlo sikulethela boSonkhondlo kanye nalabo labenda wona umsebenzi weTandla. Namuhla ke mbukeli Sonkhondlo wethu lesinaye nguSizo lwethu. Utasichazela ke Sizo lwethu ukuthi ufika kanjani ekubeni ngisonkhondlo futhi ihlobo luni wetinkhondlo lati hayako. Sizo lwethu, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Eswatini, for coming to the show.
Asosicece ke Sizo lwethu ukuthi who is Sizo lwethu because mina ngathi nje ukuthi ngisizo lwethu lo ngisonkhondlo ngigcina khona lapho.
Okay, igama lami ngisizo lwethu ngwakamaziya. Yes, I'm 21 years old and I am a poet. I came into the poetry industry, I think it has to be around 2012, 13, 11, so those years.
Okay.
And then introduction into the poetry, introduced on Mage. I was still a young boy. My mom used to write poems for me, then I'd recite.
Okay.
Up until 2015, then I started writing my own poems.
Okay.
And then that is how I got into the industry of poetry.
Oh, being a poet. Okay.
Yes.
So ke Sizo lethu uqala kuphi ku haya tinkhondlo?
Ngiqala esontweni ekhaya tinkhondlo.
Okay.
Sesemncane ka Sunday school ngiyaqala memorize my verse and then I get into poetry. I memorize my poems. It was short poems my mom used to write for me. I'd recite those and then as time went on I recite esikolweni as time went on. Ngagcina sengirecite nakuma events.
Ithini audience yakho ngiyakubona nje seyahaya lapha. Then after that I know ukuthi khona lo kwendekako. What happened?
Yeah, it's different. It's different feedback on different days. Some days people applaud me. You nailed it, man. You were God. You were awesome. You were top notch. You were cut above the rest. And then some days people were fagging. They want my numbers. They want me to book me for certain events. Some days, different feedbacks on different days.
Bayethe wena lo hletiye ngikhadimulweni Jeslo inkhanyetile yabonwa tatita sempumalanga tanelo kumbona tesuka tamlandzela ngisho inkosi letalelo esibayeni njengelithole ingani onke amakhosi yatalelwa edigodlweni watalwa magetse kwabulawa abantwana watalwa kwaphushwa emaphupho watalwa tayibona tatinkholo wehlika wayobhajatiswa emfuleni iJordan wathi makaphuma kwavuleka emazulu wathi makaphuma kwakhuluma lo semafini wathi lo indvodzana yamile ngithokotako ngayo yiveni lena ingonyama leyabhodla ehlane yakhatimula ingonyama leyabhodla ehlane yathola amandla lamakhulu lamahasha ingonyama ledla imimoya ingantonke tingonyama atidla inyama ngimvile ambita uLazarus waseBethania wambita magdathe dathabuka tibopho wabuya moya waphila wayongibani ke longabelana neludlu likaNkuluNkulu ngekhambe tukwelwandle njengesipoko wahambe emantini njengasesihlabathini lesomile wayenda inala ehlane kwadlana lesinelivolo wasukumisa tishosha tasukuma tahamba watsinza timpumputhe tabona lona ngumphikwa longenaqala ingana yamphika emajuda bayamphika nalabamhlophe kasi bayama kasi nine maAfrika liyakumphika kuze kube nginini na ngisho Jesu lisotsha lelihlome ngemhlahlo ingani onke emasotsha ahlome ngemikhonto lesi sangoma lesashaya umhlahlo etafuleni wamudla Judas ngoba emphunga ngoshoba likamoya wephuma incokozela wathi ngabe ngimi inkosi na maye ngiyakwesaba ye Judas ngekuthengisa ngamuntu udla naye etafuleni wawuthi udizamele emasendana kanti ngokwenda njalo sewuthi gwaza ngewakho sibili lona ngutandla tingemanxeba ngenxa yotonote madoda luhlangothi lihlatshiwe ngenxa yotonote tinfombi netinsizwa inhloko yopha ingadi ngenxa yotonote madoda kati lena ingulungulu leyandisa yabheka ezulwini bema bayibukisisa abafundi bakhe babutwa ngile babembethe ingubo letimhlophe bathi nimeleni lapha nimangele ngoba uhambe kanje utawubuya kanje bayethe lo sesi hlalweni.
So ke naku so kube ngisonkhondlo for uthi waqala 2015 right?
Yes, it has to be around 2012, 13.
Okay.
12, 13.
So semithele minyaka. Okay. So yini lokufunzile esonkhondlo from nje solo waqala kuba ngisonkhondlo recite emphiwe bami uphinza ukubhala?
It has to be a lot. I'm an extrovert person. I really
Okay.
like to speak. like,
Uh.
like I speak Ozitsino. So, but when it comes to very personal things, I don't get the audacity to speak them out.
Okay.
So that is how I learned to write on paper. I said,
Okay.
kudelele ngikhona kukhuluma naye because bantu baqanisa ngiyadlala every time. So even when I'm serious, people don't take me serious
Okay.
because ngifana litsanza kudlala. So I learned
Uh-huh.
to befriend the paper. Ngaqala ngabhala
Uqala
ephepheni how I
express
felt.
okay.
Excel phepha laba ngomngane wami ngandlala imizwa yami and then I got into that.
Okay.
Yes.
So I heard that you are a Christian, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so neNkhondlo takho, are you writing them based on the Christianity
No,
side?
I'm
or
versatile. I write
Okay.
on every single thing.
lokusho ukuthi ke nakuba let's say event, maybe it's a wedding or a party, are you able to write for bona noma when awuqhamuka nje sothi no meaning ngaba creative ngiqhamukele sengiqhamukane kwami?
Yeah, I'm able to write for them. I am able to be creative on my side. I just explore. I do everything.
Okay.
Yes.
So I heard ukuthi makwakho lo waku introduce
Yes.
into poetry.
It's my mom.
Besides yena ngiba nomunye lokumotivatako to be the poet that you are today?
It's quite a couple of poets that inspire me, but there's one guy from South Africa. His name is Usumuzi Phakathi.
Okay.
Yes, that guy is the deal, man. That guy is everything I'd love to be in poetry and beyond. His energy, his choice of words, his charisma is everything. I just admire that guy. He keeps me going in poetry. He really does keep me going.
Okay. Since he keeps you going in poetry, where do you see yourself in the next? Because it's 5 years in let me say a year or 6 months.
6 months from now.
Yeah.
I'm actually planning on tours. I'm actually planning on shows. I'm actually planning on a lot of things, big projects. I'm actually in the next year, 6 months or something, I'll be known, man. My name will be on the streets. My name will be There's a lot that's coming up. Bantu who know me, they should gear up for a lot of things that are yet to come.
Okay. Sekhona inokuqalile Sizo, because sometimes siyaba ne certain goal lesifuna ukuyi-reach, but kwanze solo ngihledi nje uthi yabona ngifisa kuba ngina-info but kude lokwendako. Wena since you want to be known, ube bambak-recognize, what is it that you are doing now?
Khona lokusesesakene esonfeni bathi lokusesemfihlakalweni.
Okay.
Khona lokusesemfihlakalweni. I'm actually planning on partnering with some of the well-known poets in the country. But bantu basetawadi because kusaphekwa.
Okay.
Yes.
Ukhona in social media, do you post some certain clips? Because ngiyathi sonkondlo kumele ahlale Sizo. Are you doing something in lapho noma nje uthi ayi mina ngigrand ngirecite somfeni or nani ngicelile nini lelingatiko ukuthi ngiye kuma events eni?
No, I'm on social media. I'm available on Facebook. I'm available on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I'm Sizo on Facebook. Sizo on Instagram. Sizo 679 on TikTok. I'm available. I do post some of my clips.
Okay.
Yes.
You're doing a great job. So Sizo, what can you say to my poets? Lafana ingcenye lafana nami. Nabalebe babhala babeke and they are just doing nothing, or and uba like, okay, maybe I'm a poet or maybe I'm just a writer. Okay. Just to motivate them.
In the absence of the greatest, the least becomes the greatest. I believe that there are so many stars in the making. I think there are so many stars in the shelves. But khona lo sabhala evengazuthi they are inadequate, they do not fit into the industry. Evengazuthi I could just express my feelings but just keep them to myself. So ngevangazuthi bayati deprive, the sky is not even the limit. These grounds are waiting for us. I think poetry is recognized in our country, and it is up to us as poets to uplift the banner of poetry. So I think laba sahleli basabhala emakhaya ngidibhalela mina. No, come out, man. The world needs you. People need to heal. Poetry is the deal.
Okay. Yeah. What can you say to sine lesihlala nabo labo sonkondlo but you guys are just wasting your time?
Kungaba kusikhuthata, man. I think ku-cemental industry we need you guys. Sinsinga kakhulu. I think kungaba kusikhuthata, just motivate us up, keep us going, applaud us for the little things we do, the little victories we make. Let's celebrate them with you and make us recognizable in the country.
Okay.
Yes.
So Sizo, you said you write.
Yes, I do write.
You recite.
I recite.
Shots Tandla bonke.
Yes, I do everything.
Ngiyiphi-ke na poem naye? Vele kwenta nawe nje utive ukuthi you know what, I'm a poet.
I think that I'm a poet.
Yebo.
Athi mfana ukhalelani. Thula naleki ngenaquthe khona kuyasa.
Okay, usetasembela. Like I do hear since sayo.
It's an imaginary poem. I don't have
Okay.
a specific title. It's an imaginary poem that
Okay.
I woke up one day. I said, "This is it, man." In fact, I lost my grandma in the year 2020, and then thank you so much. And then this one day I wake up. I'm like, I can hear my grandma speaking to me. She's saying something, and I'm like, let me just write this up. And then I just wrote the exact word. I say, let me not give it a title. Most of my poems have titles, but I said, no, this one, let me not give it a title. This is my grandma speaking to me. Let me script this down. I hadn't even written it down. So I went to my phone. I put my phone there. I recorded it. And then I posted on TikTok. It's the most viral poem on TikTok, unfortunately. Fortunately. Yeah, so it's it.
Okay.
Athi mfana ukhalelani. Thula naleki ngenaquthe khona kuyasa. Athi lansimini lathi lampilweni sensimini siphethe likhuba siyalima. Siyahlanyela siyagqiba sinelethemba imvula itawuna kutawumila. Athi kufana ngamashine stories kaDanari eBhayibhelini. Labanye bafike engetingwete enithatha kusa, labanye mini yasekuseni kanti labanye bafike seliyelahla kunina. Bonke banelethemba lekothola Danari yalodwa egcineni. Labafike ekuseni sebabambe likhalo bayakhala, bona kudala bafikile nemjuluko siyayibona iyehla ibufakazi ebusweni. Athi lokungenani lempilo mfanami ngiyifananisa nelitekisi noma inqola lethutha sive. Athi kukhona labafike kuqala bahlala eFront seat. Abanye ke bafike emuva bahlala eback seat. Athi ungamangali kuyendeka lofike emuva lohlele eback seat ehle kuqala kunalofike kuqala losahlele front seat. Athi wena mfanami longangisita ngako kubeketela ungehli stage sakho singakafiki. Athi ke kanzi phindze ungisite ungambeleseli umshayeli welitekisi lokungilomdzala wetinsuku uma stage sakho singakafiki. Litolo lingefane nelinamuhla. Lebe singenako itolo sinako namuhla lokhu sinika lethemba ukuthi lesingenako namuhla sitawuba nako kusasa. Athi vuka utintsitside ingubo ayinamali ngobe lamlekhayikini bathembe wena labancanyana nalabadzala babuke wena usibonelo kibo mfanami ungalahli ithawula. Athi ke lilanga liphuma isikhathi sinye kodwa akusi kufanana. Uma wena ungakaphumeleli lamhla ungaliphonsi lithawula utalitsingela imijuluko yendlela. Mfanami ukhalelani thula naleki ngenaquthe khona kuyasa.
So ke Sizo, what can you say to the world? They are watching you right now.
The world is watching me.
As a poet.
As a poet.
Yebo.
I am coming. I am on the way, and this is only the introduction.
Okay.
I am here, and I am here to stay.
I hear the melodies of angels. From all angels they fire a bullet of praise to him who sits on the holy throne. They fly to and from together with the seraphims and they sing hymns to him. Their hymns are like a stream that flows from a holy place. With two wings they cover their faces, two wings they cover their feet, and two wings they did fly high. Now and again they cried holy. Holy, day and night they do. They bow at your feet and worship, Father. They never cease to worship. Your splendor is what they glorify, your majesty. They magnify your holy name. They praise you for who you are. Contrary, we praise you for what you've done. You thunder in speech and your words knit together like stitch, squished down even to us as sinners. Listeners who ain't doers of your word, we conform to the standards of this world. We flee from you when we're fallen, and forsaking your commands, we stitch ourselves to sin. We are seen, drifting and shifting away now and again. I hear your voice in the howling, rushing wind. It is calling me to search in the depth of eternities to find being and reason of my living. The angels bow before your throne. Taking off their crowns, they salute you, uplift you, screaming, Hosanna, you are king. You are sovereign, forever you reign. You were there before it all began. You cemented the earth over the waters. You planted the sun, the stars in the skies above. You are the greatest God that has ever been. You are keen to see us living sin and following your will. I hear the melodies of angels. From all angels they fire bullets of praise to him who sits on the holy throne. I hear your voice in the howling, rushing wind. It is calling me to search in the depth of eternities for you as the Father of eternity to find being and reason of my living. I hear the melodies of angels.
Mbukeli ngiyethemba ukuthi utitfokotele tinkhondlo takhe Sizo lwethu futhi kuningi lokufundzile kuye futhi ngiyathi ukuthi you are motivated ukuthi nawe wena lo solo ubhala ubeka lapha nyalo ngeke uzusabhala ubeka kuphela soto recite awusende kuma social media usinze nathi utokhona feature ehlelweni sitawuchubeka nalo hlelo mbukeli la lengikhona khona nginaxolile lo wenda umsebenzi wetandla lomangalisayo from scratch. Xoli, welcome to the show. Ngaze ngikhulume emanga ngemsebenzi wakho etandla.
Ngiyabonga kungemukela Eswatini.
Yes. Ngocecela umbukeli nje ukuthi kahle kahle ngikhuluma nabani wami ngithe ngixolile lo wena umsebenzi wetandla.
Ukhuluma naxolile Hlophe imfambi yeshiselo shi72 Eswatini sasembangweni eKhiza.
Okay. So hlobo luni lwemsebenzi wetandla ngami ngithe uyagolosha inqe nje awugoloshi ngoba ngibona kuhle kakhulu.
Usho kahle ukuthi ngiyagolosha vele ngiyagolosha ngisebenzisa ticephu ikipa bathi belunga i-t-shirt yami bese sengisebenzisa ne-crochet needle tandla tami nencopho yami.
Okay. So uqale nini kwenomsebenzi wakho wetandla?
Umsebenzi wetandla ngiwuqale 2015.
Okay.
Ngubona nje ku-internet. T-shirt ayi ngaba interested ngaqhubeka ngafollowisha emva kaloko hayi ngaba more interested ngabuta kulabanye labakoloshako ngabafollowisha ngabuta ngaconsult abanginikete ama-basics. Then I took it from there.
Okay.
Ngaqala ke nami ngabuka ukuthi material ngitfola kuphi ngaqala ngakolosha ngaqala ukuthi ifundzisa nalokunye kunyalo nje sengiyatifundisa through yona i-internet.
Okay, so kulokolosha kwakho ukwenda as a hobby or uyakhona ukuthi uthengisele labanye?
Both.
Okay.
Qale kwaba as a hobby. Emva kaloko ngachekisa abamfu bakuthanza abamfu emva kaloko sengiyakhona kwenda imali out of my hobby.
Okay. So kunanaba ke laba nabo maybe bafisile kwenda nami nje sengiyahawukela ukuthi manje ngifunze are you willing ukuthi ubafundzise noma uthi nabo abashone khona ku internet?
Fortunately enough that's vile ngaqala ukubafundzisa.
Okay.
Ngithanda kakhulu ukunikeza umuntu le-skill lesi because mina ngibonile sengisite kakhulu. Akusiwo lesidule kangako but siyayishintsha impilo yomuntu.
Okay.
Abafundisa abamfu bangibita ukuthi kumele bafundisa as a group.
Okay.
Fika nasendlini yakho uwefa nje sinatheliya sisharisha ama-skills efu ufunze kunikete ne-material ufundise ukuthengisa ukuthi sesithengisa kuphi.
Okay.
Because ngihamba nami ngamitha lamanye ama-crafters angitshengisa indlela ukuthi sithengisa kuphi kanjani.
Okay.
Abajoyina so nami ngifundisa labanye.
All right. Speaking of kuthengisa bayathenga imvelo noma utikhanza sewende wakolosha sekuningi sekulapha endlini.
Ngiyabelieve shopping and emsebenzi lemihle.
Okay.
Bayathenga. Noma nje ngasiko longanani but nje bayathenga lokunje iCovid futhi seyisivulele sesiyakhona kuya emamarket sibuke ama-stores sodayisa. Idivakashite futhi angephandle setiyangena even la Eswatini bayangithengela.
Okay.
Lenye la bangithengela khona kakhulu social networks.
Okay.
Because nalo page la Facebook na Instagram lekufaka khona umsebenzi wami. Bathenge bafunga la kangwani iphindze nase South Africa sekuyavuleka ukuthi bacele bafuna ukuthi balethele.
Okay. So ungathini ke kubamba nje asesithi bala ekhaya eSwatini. Sometimes etinye timvo uyayikhanza ungazi uthi wow na ungena ngekhathi esitolo kani ngishiya wena la na uyawenda lo msebenzi.
Ngaba kucela nje eSwatini ukuthi basibuke nathi lesenda imisebenzi yetandla. Because vele muva bebangasibuki ishimbe basithathela phansi nje ukuthi mina nje ngasi mangicela kupolosha waba like bamfu skills abogogo sebafuna abadala. Kwahamba nga improve lokho ukuthi okay fine ngabafuna abadala basi nebafuna abasha bangathanza ngalendlela le esengenda ngayo njengoba ubuka nje nawe.
Okay.
So bafuse bayakhona ukuchuza ukuthi angisho ukuthi bangayedi itolo basi nje kubacela ukuthi nathi basibuke thina lesi seboma hamba lendlwana.
Okay, so yini lo goloshako nje?
Kakhulu ngigolosha imfoda sendlini.
Okay.
Njengama rugs lena nje lebona ku carpet, mabhaskiti,
Okay.
Cushion. Basi nje kucishe konke nje lengingakwenda ngale ulele ngithi t-shirt yani.
Okay.
Akhane macicile ngwafakile nje ngitendele mine ema handbags abo sisi, dicafulo dasendlini ma morning shoes.
Oh wow.
Nalokuningi nje.
Okay. So kucicutela ke nanyalo solo anale mindset ukuthi umsebenzi wetandla umsebenzi wabogogo angeke nje kwami ngikhona ukuphila ngawo. What can you say kulabo bamflabo?
Ngitophinza ngibagcugcutela abangibonako bayadi usihlale vele ngibagcugcutela. Beka ngisho njalo ukuthi i-handcrafting iyo impumelelo kulesikhathi sanyalo. Njengoba sibona ukuthi imisebenzi ayitfolakali kalula kangako.
Okay.
Uma ungafunza ufike kiphi i-level utawufuna ukuthi vele kube khona lokuqala khona ukuze maybe utofola umsebenzi wale profession yakho. So i-handcraft ingcono ngoma lenye lenjengalena nje ayidzingi nale capital lenganani ukuthi ngisayonqonqotha kuphi ngicela i-capital yokwenta i-business. Uyarecyclisha nje ngoma uyabutha labanye babutha ama-broccoli tops, labanye iticephu, labanye ibutshani. Sende sidayise cha shemu kuyathengiseka and akukadumi nalokucupha kangako. Info lesingayidulisa nje ukuthi vele thina ema-artists sidayisa kahle tingqomvo tethu.
True.
Isikhathi sethu umsebenzi wethu.
Okay, sesigcina nje yini ofise kuyisho lokhu sive sikubukela nyalo as an artist.
Ngifise ukuthi i-business name yami nguLamgangela Creations.
Okay.
Ngifisile ukubona uLamgangela Creations naye aba art gallery shop yakhe.
Okay.
Ngifisile ukuthi labangemuva kimi lele sengibafundzisile babuke kimi ngiphumelele and ngihambe ngema channels bona la kahle because ngiyakuthi sebaningi lababuke kimi. So senginayo insayeyo ukuthi ngihambe endleleni le kahle ngibe nako ukuthi ngiyathengisa evenilefu nangephandle kwelive nahulumende wakangani asibonelele thine lesenta imisebenzi yetandla ukuthi siphumelele nathi kubonakala because the aim vele is to show up, to be known. Kubonakala nje ukuthi italenta nathi sinalo thine usisi noma young women in Eswatini.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of speaking of young women, please motivate them. Ngokuthi now mina ngiyabona sikususe emsebenzini and you are doing this beautiful work lodendela wona eceleni. What can you say to young women labakubukelayo right now?
Kuwona lama young women sathandzana kufuna sibambisane sivane silalelana bebedela umbukelela phasi more especially ema-artists kude i-artist letothi I'm the best. I-artist naleyo iyashayina ku-piece yakhe noma lomunye wenda ama-beats, lomunye wenda tshani, lomunye wenda ini noma ngabe ngikuphi lova ngathi uyakuthanda, go for it. Uyabuta nakulolo ukuthanze kuye ukwende njani asiko kangako selfish siyakhona ukuthi sikutshele ukuthi sente njani in kunengivele futhi nalele ku disturb nje as women nokunye kuba i-teenage pregnancy mina nje ame victim yayo but angizange ukuthi ngithi sengihlaselwe i-teenage pregnancy sengiyayekela uyabona it's not a dead end uyaqhubeka nje ngilokucala kubambisana nabasekhaya uqhubeka nesikolo bangakhona iqhubeka nesikolo bona phela la ka handcraft nebatali nabo siyabacela ukuthi namfana so uvelelwa i-teenage pregnancy abamotivate nangabe maybe kude maybe imali tekufundza uyakhona ukuthi wende le handcraft uphindze ufunze njengami nje sonyalo senga second year ngidayisa i-social University of Swaziland ngibhadala nge-handcraft.
Nice.
Ngiyagolosha nje ngithengise ngoma ngifundzise bafu bangibhadalele for my skills ngibhadala isikolo.
Nice. Lokusho ukuthi kuyaphileka la ka handcraft.
Kuyaphileka kakhulu kude lekungakubrika noma ngabe ngulabanye bahlaselwe maybe poverty maybe ukuthi ma orphans or in vele sawabeka ke lama excuse mina vele kusingide batali mina vele kuthi kunjanjani lawo ma excuses akasho ukuthi angeke nawe sowuphumelele nathi asisho futhi nokusese siphumelele lokuthi silase solo sisazama ngcono umuntu lomusha kusenaye aqhubeke atizamele lapho nami nje ngidivulile Tandla ngaya ka social media umfuni Facebook page as ulamgangela creations naka Instagram ulamgangela creations umbuze ukuthi ngiqale kuphi ngifike kuphi sengikuphi nyalo.
So tibonele ke umsebenzi lomuhle lo wendiwa ngiwo eMaswati there is no need to be broke ngidawuhlale ngisho ukuthi asingahlali neskill lesinaso but asente something ngaso sitawukhona ukuthi siphile baphile nalabanye sisitakale basitakale nabo mbukele isihlushakiso isikhathi sitabonana evikini elitako ngaso isikhathi esifanako goodbye and God bless.